I don't know, Trey.
I think Trey. The honest answer, he's a rookie, but I also think that he hasn't
But
been
he
coached
should
right.
have some skills, though. He should have some skills, though. We just can't blame it on him being a rookie all the time,
He does have
right?
skills.
He got a little bit, but I hope he does better. But I love y'all. Y'all have a good day.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Trey. Appreciate it, Trey.
See you, Trey. Thanks, man, for calling. Oh, man.
Oh, that's good. 615-737-1025. That is our phone and text line, driven by WilsonCountyHyundai.com. We'll keep taking your calls, keep taking your texts. Coming up next here on 1025 The Game. Jason Big Joe, 1025 The Game on this Monday. I think we got our
Great
YouTube
song.
going again, so you can see us, you can wave at us, we'll wave back, boo us, cheer us, whatever you want to do.
Whatever you want to do.
We're live at Circa, Kentucky, here today, the Mint at Kentucky Downs, the beautiful sports book behind us. So hanging out and enjoying that, taking your calls, 615-737-1025, wherever you want to go. We can go on the Titans, we can go on Vandy. This is your day. This is a Reaction Monday, and Eric will lead us off now on Cam Ward. Eric, what's up?
Hey guys, you know what's hilarious? One of the things I heard on the post game show from the commentators as well as somebody else is now, everybody wanted Callahan's gone. He's now gone, and now I guess for Titans fans, they got to find somebody else to go after. Now apparently Cam Ward has become the new whipping boy. And one of the things that's so hilarious I heard on the post game show, not necessarily from the cause, didn't hear much from that, but they were talking about social media, all this type of stuff. Everybody was going on the chat, and there was stuff coming out like says, well, Cam Ward's a bust. He needs to be cut. He needs to be traded. And here's one of the things that I just laughed when. At first, I was silent when I heard this. It was left his speeches, but then I heard this. There were a lot of people saying that he's worse than Will Levis. I said, you have got to be kidding me. I mean, come on now, guys. We have got to be patient with this guy. Now, I agree we can get on him on his fumbles and the ball slipping out of his hands and stuff. That's an issue. But I will say this, guys, and people may disagree with me. I thought yesterday, at least for the first half, was probably the best this offense has looked at this season. I was so impressed with it. Of course, the second half, guys, was terrible. But it is what it is, guys. Also, the Patriots fans I was sitting around were nice to me. We were kind of joking with each other. They were asking me where the good hot chicken was. I told them, and I also told them about the story with Princess Chicken, and they loved my poncho that I was wearing with the Tennessee Titans logo because they were asking me where I got it and stuff. So all in all, despite the game, I had some good times with some of the Patriots fans. Guys, y'all take care, and we'll talk again soon.
Thank you, Eric. Appreciate it.
Eric doesn't call and correct us anymore, so we must be doing something right. Thank you, Eric. Eric, you also – why are you not working as a city ambassador? I don't know.
Eric is a city ambassador.
I don't know what your current job is, but you should work for the National Sports Council and be a city ambassador. Nobody loves Nashville like Eric does. So thank you, Eric.
I agree. Let's see. Chol wants to talk about the Titans. What's up?
Hey, I know that we are about done with the season because it's 7 games, only 1 win, 6 losses, 10 more games left. I think we'll be ready looking for a coach and a new play caller because the other caller I think mentioned about 2 touchdowns in seven games, and I watched the game. How many times they throw the ball into the end zone, whether going to be incomplete or touchdown never happened. So you're not going to have a lot of touchdowns. If you try it, you might have drop and a touchdown. All 2 touchdowns came. It was like just he's the one making those plays. Get out of the pocket and scramble around and make a play. So this is a bad, defense is a little better, but offense is like they are confused. They don't know what the hell they're doing. And I mean, never listen.
Thank you. Appreciate the call.
We're just going to run your call every break we can.
They don't know what the hell they're doing. That is 100%.
Yeah, thank you for that. Yeah, you're exactly right. I mean, there's nothing we can add to that. So if everybody knows, everybody knows now. And that's the thing about there's not really any storyline. It's like, all right, what's next? Who's going to be the next coach? What's going to happen? How this thing's going to play out? Remember, guys, they still got 10 games left. 10 games. They're 1-6. 10 games left. And, man, is it going to be something to watch.
David wants to weigh in now on Vandy LSU. David, what's up?
Hey, guys. How's it going?
Good.
Hey, I just want to call in. Everybody keeps discounting Vandy, this and that, and I get it. That they haven't had a program, but a couple of things happened in that game that made me believe they're actually legit at this point. And I've been a fan for years. And that was that last play, and Pavia was running, and he just downed right there at the 2-yard line instead of running it in and ran the clock out for the win instead of running the score up. And the other thing was the fans didn't run on the field. And that tells me that they believe at this point.
Well, let me ask you.
That's actually a really good point.
David, don't go anywhere. All right, so remember the student section to go onto the field, there's only one way they can get down, right?
Yeah.
So there were probably 45 cops and the yellow jackets around, so they couldn't go anywhere. A couple tried, and they couldn't get anywhere. Now, you could go down other places to get down, but there were so many LSU fans were leaving at the same time that they had nowhere to go. But I understand what you're saying. It's also $500,000 Vanderbilt doesn't have to spend. But the student section was loud. I mean, the Vanderbilt crowd on Saturday might have been the loudest crowd I've ever heard for a home game.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely, and I'm just very proud of them, and I think people are starting to believe and know that they're legit.
Absolutely, David. Thank you, buddy.
Thanks for the call.
Absolutely, appreciate it.
Yeah, I mean, here's the other thing too, that a point that I want to make when it comes to Vandy. There was a text on our text line that's like, how cool is it that Vanderbilt and Tennessee both fighting for a playoff spot? I want that. Like, I hate that Tennessee lost to Alabama. I want that game at the end of the year to mean something. Like, mean a playoff spot, mean a trip to Atlanta, have some sort of meaning. And I think what would be awesome is if there is a scenario where they both get into the playoffs.
Well, that would be wonderful. But, I mean, look, this is all uncharted water right now for me, for you, for Dr. Crane, for Willie Donick. I mean, for everybody that loves Vanderbilt because, look, they're ranked in the top 10 in mid-October, and they're 6-1. We've never experienced this.
No.
I mean,
what was it for the first time since like 1940 something?
Yeah, right.
1947.
47.
Yeah.
2005, they started out 4-0 or 5-0, and MTSU beat them. 1984, they were 4-0, and Tulane came here and beat them. There have been moments where you've seen this, but top 10, game day coming here, you got what I think is a legitimate Heisman Trophy candidate. This is all new for us.
Yeah.
And it's absolutely wonderful because of the garbage we're seeing on the East Bank every Sunday.
Joe,
this is great.
Rex Rhodes says students did rush the field. They waited for LSU to leave to avoid the fine.
Okay.
So, okay. Well, that's cool.
Yeah. Thank you, Joe Rexrode. By the way, Joe Rexrode, he hosts one of my favorite radio shows around.
Yeah, 6 to 9 a.m.
Robbie and Rexrode. Love
right.
that show.
Yeah. Here's what's so funny about this right now. So Vanderbilt is the 10th ranked team in the country. If you look at the SEC standings, they are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They're 8th because everything's so jumbled up right now.
So they are 1-1.
They're 2-1.
2-1 in conference play.
But
yeah,
A&M's 4-0, Bama's 4-0, Georgia's 4-1, Ole Miss is 3-1, and then Texas, Missouri, Oklahoma, and Vandy are all 2-1.
After the opening week, I said, because I picked Alabama to win the national championship, and Florida State beat him. I was like, all right, I'll suffer all year for Alabama. They've now done something that no SEC team has ever done. Do you know what it is?
Won like 6 in a row? Or
they've won 4 straight over, is it top 20?
Oh, ranked teams?
Ranked teams.
Yeah, that is pretty
in
impressive.
the SEC.
Yeah.
I mean,
they're
something else.
They're legit. Watching them against Tennessee on Saturday, they're legit.
So now I can take back I jumped off the bandwagon.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I did pick them.
Look, you can flip-flop. That's fine.
Because remember, I told you in SEC Media Days, everybody kept walking over, and it might have been McElroy or Cole Kublik said, look, Kalen DeBoer is notorious for getting a quarterback out of the portal. He did not get a quarterback out of the portal. He believes in Ty Simpson. And I was like, you know what? There's something going on
Simpson's
there.
good. So I haven't even looked at Heisman odds. I mean, I would assume Simpson's up there.
I think Pavia's better.
Pavia should be. I mean, Pavia should get the at least get invited to New York.
Yeah, we asked Hasselbeck a couple weeks ago. I said, the stat numbers aren't going to be there. You know, I mean, you got guys who did stats in college, like threw for 80,000 yards. But to me, a true Heisman Trophy guy is one who lifts his team around him.
Yeah.
Is there anybody in the country that's doing it better than Pavia? There might be 1 or 2 other guys. I don't think he'll win the Heisman, but I damn sure think he needs to go to New York City.
If he gets them to the playoff, he's got a chance. He's got as much of a chance as anyone. You know, and looking at who, it was so funny now talking to people about them, and they're like, well, you know, you look at their schedule. I don't know if I see another loss on the schedule. It's like, okay, I'm not going to go that far. But
Isn't that crazy?
But like, okay, Missouri match up well there. You're at home at Texas. Going to be tough.
Yep.
But Texas is not what everybody thought Texas would be. Auburn at home.
They're slowly imploding.
They're slowly imploding. Kentucky, same thing.
He might be out. Stoops might be gone by then.
Yeah, and then at Tennessee.
At Tennessee.
To close the year.
Did you see the overtime game, Texas-Kentucky? Kentucky did kill me. 4th and 1.
Yeah.
It's from up the middle where 9 guys are waiting on you.
Well, you would be proud. You'd be proud of me on Friday night. There were a couple of plays that were on the goal line, and they went shotgun. And I said, Big Joe is not going to like this. And Coach Bubba Spears said, oh, well, Coach Spears doesn't like it either.
As you say, you're fourth and a yard. Why are you going to snap it 6 yards back? It blows. Anyway, Kentucky goes up the middle, not shotgun, but they go up the middle, and Texas stuffs them, and then they win in overtime with the field goal. Some of these coordinators got to be more creative. They've got to be more creative because it's not working.
It is not. But so real quick, I had a moment too last night where I picked my mom up from the airport, and I said she was, she was out of town, and she was like, "What did Vandy do?" And I go, "Well, they won. They beat LSU. They're a top 10 team." And she's like, "Really?" And I go, "Yeah." And I was like, "Man, I wish Dad could see this because he never saw that in his life."
Right.
The last time they were 6-1 was 1950. The last time they were ranked in the top 10 was 47.
Good Lord, right?
Dad was born in 53. So he never witnessed anything like this, and I was like, man, I wish he could have seen it.
But I mean, neither have we.
Right.
So
right.
this, again, when I talk about uncharted territory, this is it for Vanderbilt football. This is amazing. Game day, top 15 matchup with Missouri on Saturday. I mean, this is everything you hope for. And good for Clark Lee, man. Good for
this
Clark
is
Lee.
awesome. And look, he is in a great situation because there are going to be, I mean, Florida's open now. Florida State, I guess they're saying they're going to wait till the end of the year. It'll be open. So you got the two big Florida schools that are going to be open. Penn State's open. Who knows what else is going to open up? LSU might. I mean, I think maybe next year, but it could. He's going to get phone calls. And so now, this is where Vanderbilt is going to have to, and I think they gave him an extension last year, but they're going to have to do another one.
Well, I'd go after it. At least,
yeah.
Good for him. He's
but
deserved all that.
Look, I think, to Clay's point, I mean, I think this is home for him, and I think it's where he wants to be, but he should capitalize on that one way or the other.
Oh, absolutely.
He deserves it. That is for sure. We'll continue with the calls and texts on the Titans, on Vandy, and John McClain joining us at 2 o'clock. We're live today at Circa, Kentucky, 102.5 The Game. Hour number 2, Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game on this Reaction Monday. We're live at Circa, Kentucky, here at the Sportsbook. Got 2 Monday night games tonight, and they will be showing those, obviously. You can come up here and wager if you feel so inclined. And
Who we got? We got
watch the
Detroit
game.
and Tampa.
Yeah, that one and
Oh, there it is. Houston and Seattle.
yeah, Houston
right
and
behind
Seattle.
you.
Yep.
The scroll's behind your head. Texans versus I like the Seahawks.
So Tampa Bay and Detroit on ABC,
Okay.
and then Houston and Seattle on ESPN.
And then we got, is it game 7 tonight between
Yep.
the Blue Jays? Bieber's pitching for the Blue Jays.
So
That be
Justin Bieber, wow.
Justin Bieber and Kirby,
That's
the vacuum cleaner company.
that's in Toronto. Yeah.
Yep.
So you got the Seahawks and the Mariners playing at the same time.
And then game 1 is Friday night. Now, was
Correct.
that going to be in Los Angeles or whoever wins this?
I think it would be in Los Angeles. Actually, I don't quote me on that because they don't. Because I think LA was technically a wild card.
Yeah, they were. They were
Yeah.
rolling through.
So
all
you
this.
it might actually be in the AL site, but I could be wrong. It will. Okay, so it would be if Seattle wins, it's in LA. If Toronto wins, it's in Toronto.
Okay. Let's go Seattle.
Yep.
All the way.
I don't care. I think I'm indifferent. I just really I'm so like I was so mad of how the Braves season went that I was just kind of like,
Who cares?
yeah.
But I
don't
think
care.
it's cool to see a first-time team get to the championship. They've never
sure,
been there.
sure.
You think of all the great players
the way-
Seattle's had.
By the way, and I haven't looked at the latest on this, but there's some pretty big news with baseball manager searches and a prominent name.
Oh, I heard he turned it down.
Did he
Or-
turn it
or
down?
I heard, not officially, but I heard the talks have sizzled quite a bit.
Okay.
And then I heard Robbie and Rexwell this morning talk about Vitello to the Giants, how there's never been a college coach go straight to be a manager.
Right.
Never.
Well, reports are he was at practice today. So
Okay. But that GM for the Giants is like
that's Buster Posey.
yeah. So likes to do things a little out of the ordinary.
Yeah.
So he enjoys it.
Yeah. So something to keep an
Woo!
eye on
Look at that.
for sure. Faux show. 615-737-1025. Dustin wants to weigh in on the Titans. Dustin, what's up?
Good afternoon, guys. How y'all doing?
We're good, man.
Good, good. So I got like 3 things. The last one will be quick. It'll probably start a fire in this fan base.
All right.
But anyways, so I just wanted to say, Mike Vrabel, what a dude. He come in here and most of us wanted him just to curb stomp us. He came in here and like he said, it was all business. He didn't say one foul thing. In my opinion, he didn't really run up the score, but that's a Mike Vrabel score. He grinds you and punches you in the mouth till you just go into submission. So, I mean, did we really expect Mike Vrabel to score 40 points? It was a good score, don't get me wrong, but I don't think he just ran it up on
It
us.
was a good score.
But
Go ahead.
well, but hey, I was listening to 98.5 Boston, the Sports Hub. I don't know if y'all are familiar with that one.
Yep, I've heard of him.
Okay. Well, I was listening, and the first thing they say is that Mike Vrabel's mean, and it sounds like Buck Rising saying it. And they go on to talk about the Titans. They don't even know who Brinker is. They think they do think the problem's in the office, but they think they shouldn't have fired Brian Callahan. Nobody even but us knows who Brinker is. They said
Nice.
Borgonzi obviously is a problem and all this. I'm like, y'all are goofy. So I was sitting there on the phone waiting to call and give Vrabel his tea or his flowers and then spill some tea on some Titans, and they never took my call. I waited for like 40 minutes. But no, nobody knows who Brinker is besides us. That's a huge problem. This organization is terrible. But my last thing, we've been talking about the hands, and I've been doing some research, and I've been looking at who has the smallest hands. That's what is it? Kenny.
Chesney?
He's got 8.5-inch hands.
Kenny Pickett.
Kenny Chesney. He's known to throw. Yeah, Kenny Pickett. He's known to throw the pigskin a little bit. But who has the biggest hands in the league? Do y'all know?
gosh, my grandpa had pretty big hands when he spanked me. I don't know.
I don't know.
William Levis.
Oh, interesting.
Oh man,
Y'all
Okay.
have fun.
you know,
I'll have
hey
fun with
Dustin,
that.
Dustin, you know what big hands
Go ahead,
means,
yeah.
don't you? You know what big hands means, don't you?
I don't know. I don't have either. I got small hands and small feet and a big mouth.
Big gloves,
Big gloves.
hands, big gloves.
Big gloves. If it does not fit, you must have quit.
Oh, D-Town.
Thank you, Dustin. Appreciate it.
All right, see y'all.
Trey in Dixon wants to.
Hey.
What's up, Trey?
Hey, man. Hey, guys, a couple things. Where do we compare Colorado all hype? I'm just going with Colorado, apples to apples. Vanderbilt, Colorado. We're almost in the same scenario, kind of, right?
No. Let's
No?
start with the head coaches. Compare
All right.
Clark Lee to Deion Sanders. It's night and day.
Okay. Well, you could say that too, but look at the league itself. Look at the competition itself.
What do you?
Because I mean, you're putting yourself in with athletes that can compete in that SEC versus picking up some that you can win 9 games and never win a
Well,
Hey,
no, I get what you're saying, but put Colorado in the SEC, they're winning 4 games.
That's
if
my
that.
point. Yeah.
I mean, Vanderbilt's 6-1, and they have a chance to win every single game the rest of the way. Trey, when's the last time we said this in mid-October about Vanderbilt? Never.
Exactly. Yes. Yep. And another thing, glad we're going to talk about that. You can talk about apples to apples if there is any, and there's probably I believe there's not. But quick thing, back in the days, coaches used to be able to play. Head coaches could play football back in the days. I'm 56, but would you think Vrabel would ever put on a uniform and play that defense one more time if he could?
He would
He's
give
just one stud.
He'd give every penny in his bank account for one more play. Because you know why, Trey?
Yes, sir.
You know why? Because we all would. I'd give you
Yes,
every
sir.
dime. If you could say, Joe, you got one more play to run down the field on the kickoff. Here, take all $19 on my checking account, and I'm doing it, Trey.
Hey, I'm 56, and I wanted to put my little minor 7 and 8, 9-year-old play team helmet on and just run out there with them and just hit something. And other coaches pulled me off. No, man, you can't go. You just can't go out there.
All right,
oh,
Trey.
I can't go out there.
Trey, here's what we're going to do, you and me. We're going to meet at the Roxy in Dixon, okay?
Yes, sir.
We're going to put on full gear. You and me are going to do an Oklahoma drill in the parking lot.
Oh, dude, no, don't do that. Oh,
Let's go. Let's go, buddy.
Let's go. Let's go.
Thank you, Trey. Appreciate
Yes, sir.
it. Oh man, that I would actually pay to see that.
We all look, man. We all would do that for one more play, for one more time. That's why I tell these kids all the time. You see it on Friday night when you call games. These kids it's as good as it gets. Love every second of it.
9680 says Vandy will lose to Missouri, Auburn, and the Vols.
Well, they're in conversation.
And then Ricky says y'all are drinking the Vandy Kool-Aid. Tough.
They're 6-1. Yeah,
Y'all
their
be
one
hating.
loss came
I'm
to
not. Look, Rick,
Alabama.
I'm not drinking any Kool-Aid. I have been a fan of this team and dreamed of this since I was 3 years old.
Mm-hmm.
So I am all on it. Kenny the mailman. Kenny, what's up?
Friends,
Hello.
I am so excited to tell y'all this. I know no caller has told you, but I'm shocked your bosses have not informed y'all. I get up at 4:30 a.m. Your radio show specifically and y'all's name were mentioned on the 4:30 a.m. Sports Center. Has nobody even told you that?
No.
I tried to run it back and tape it, but it wasn't on my DVR. It didn't do well on my phone to play for you. But on a segment out of Birmingham, Trent Dilfer blamed y'all for getting him fired. So listen,
Good.
not only you're getting people fired in Nashville, you're getting people fired in Birmingham. You tried to get me to admit reading guideposts because you got me fired. But what's the deal?
Well,
Is
we
there
are
some kind of power y'all on?
Kenny, we are very influential radio show from noon to 3. Very influential. Don't cross us.
Yep.
And the funny part is you can hear Dilfer saying that, though, can't you?
Of course we
I
could.
could,
yes.
yeah.
Hey,
And,
listen,
and Kenny, the best thing is UAB won this weekend without him. Just shows
the
you.
26-point underdogs that won.
Yep.
Listen, I was watching the Titans Sunday. They're 3 years away from being 3 years away. 'Cause when Simmons went out, let's be honest, that was an expansion team roster. A couple of old guys, a couple of rookies, and then 23 insurance agents.
God, you are so correct
Yeah.
on that.
When I was a kid, the not the Saints, Tampa Bay and Seattle started, and the rules were different. They had nobody. They had a couple of older players, a couple of expensive players, and 30 rookies. I mean, you look at the Titans. There is no one, maybe outside of Ward, that they could trade that a team would say, yeah, that's a number one draft pick. Because Latham's not playing like a number one draft pick. Stratakovsky's not playing like a number one draft pick. More of a musician. In their lineman, wasn't he named after a musician?
Skoronsky.
He was named after
him. That
yeah,
guy.
he was named after a famous violin.
But, I mean, just sit and think about it a minute and look at their roster. I mean, it's unbelievable. Y'all have a great day, and I'm going to be watching for more reports from SportsCenter on y'all.
Thank you,
Thank
Kenny.
you.
Appreciate it.
Bye-bye.
Kenny the mailman. Always enjoy when he calls in. 615-7. Isn't this so much better than just breaking down the game?
It is, because there's nothing to really break down about the Titans anymore because, look, the
they're
storyline's
broken
gone.
down.
Yeah. Now, I mean, they're 1-6, and now there's 10 more games left to go. This Vandy thing is great. I mean, it's really great. Again, it's something we would never talk about in mid-October, and here we are. Love it, man.
I guess we will get into the Cam Ward thing of, he's got to hang on to the ball. I don't know what's going on there. So,
yeah. I mean,
I mean that does concern me. We'll do that next.
Well, also, our question of the day, where should College Game Day go live from on Saturday? And my Ryman, they should go from the Ryman, is picking up a little steam with a few people. So
okay.
I think we want to hear from you. Where should College Game Day go live from on Saturday? 615-737-1025.
This Chasing Big Joe live at Circa, Kentucky, 1025 The Game.
just slip on that play, that fumble?
Yeah.
That's 2 weeks in a row. What's going on?
Got to hold on to it tighter. But really, just got to continue to emphasize it within myself. Got to be better at it. I know that's something that, I can't continue to let happen. I got to cut that out next week.
That was Cam Ward after the loss yesterday. 31-13 to the Patriots. Chase and Big Joe live at Circa, Kentucky at the Mint at Kentucky Downs. Yeah, got the pizza and everything here.
So nice up here.
Titans legend Josh Dobbs came in to the game as quarterback.
He did. And
Titans legend Austin Hooper scored a touchdown.
And there's a loud cheer. I'm like, what's going on? And then Drake May was jogging back on the field to replace Dobbs. But Dobbs came in and does what he does best. And
so
good plays for a few downs, and that's it.
If you look at the numbers for Cam, 25 of 34, 255 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. He was sacked 5 times. I mean, okay, you could look at those numbers and say, hey, I see some improvement. But then the fumble.
Yeah.
That's 2 weeks in a row that the ball has just slipped out of his hands.
Yep.
That is a concern. I'm not going to deny that. I'm not ready to say he's a bust, and anybody saying that he's a bust, that's just I guess that's your shtick. But, I'm not ready to go that far yet.
No, not at all.
To say he's a bust. But it is a concern that he's got to have better ball control. And I didn't really love how he gave that answer, too. But
right.
Yeah.
I'll do better next time.
Yeah, I'll do better next time. But they got to work with him on it.
Well, who's doing that? I mean, look, somebody had a great point on Robbie Drexler this morning about these coaches are all going to be fired.
Yes.
So what's in it for them? You hope coaching pride comes in. Like, all right, I'm gonna, I'm still getting paid. I'll worry about my future down the road. I got to worry about today. I can coach Cam up, and you hope that's going on. But I don't know. I mean, I've never been a professional coach who's been fired and have to look for a job come January. But hopefully at the same time, Cam takes some accountability and figures it out because there is some talent there. I mean, we all know that, and we've seen it. Now can it work together to make it happen? And we'll just have to see one of those things. I mean, they go to Indianapolis on Sunday. What's next for this? And we saw them up close in Vegas. That there's a lot of work needs to help. That line's bad. It's worse than we possibly imagined back in August. They're terrible.
You make a good point though that the attitude is from the coaches they know they're getting fired,
right?
And so does that factor in when thinking about his development and that all right, let's see what this looks like with a better coaching staff if they're capable of doing that and kind of a reset.
Yeah. The more I think about it, if Borgonzi has not his way, but a lot of input, I think Matt Nagy's the guy.
Yeah,
he's got experience as a head coach. He's worked with the quarterbacks. He knows what he's doing. And then Art Smith, I'll be happy either one of those guys to come in and do that. But I don't want a Cliff Kingsbury. I don't want a first-time play caller again. I don't need that nonsense.
No, I'm done with the guru. We don't need a guru.
Nope, not at all.
In here.
Nope.
And Vrabel-esque type coach that will then, hire the guru.
Mm-hmm.
Like, whether it's McDaniels or whatever, whoever, to be the offensive coordinator and work with Cam, I'm fine with that scenario. Or, you bring in a guy that's getting another, and Salas is too, but getting another chance at being a head coach and is an offensive-minded guy like an Art Smith or Matt Nagy.
Yeah. So remember, Dr. Crane, a few weeks ago we talked about that Nick Holtz thing? Chase brought up Guru. Remember what we talked about?
Yes. Oh, yes, I do. Yes.
About, we think the plan was for Callahan to come here for 2 years, be successful, and for Nick Holtz to be the Callahan he was in Cincinnati.
Yeah, they wanted a succession plan. He's just trying to set his friends up for, success, which I get, which is kind, but it doesn't work like that. You can't go scratch somebody else's back when they haven't scratched yours yet.
Yeah, exactly. Now, I think that was like, we'll be successful, Nick, and then you'll come down to OC. You won't really do anything like I did in Cincinnati, but make suggestions. And then they'll be like, oh, yeah, a lot of credit because of Nick Holtz, and you get bounced out. Look, We called that BS out from the very beginning, and look what happened. And now you're sitting there with a 1-6 football team. But my God, I mean, we go back to 19 when you had Conklin, you had Lawan, you had Ben Jones, you had Saffold, you had Nate Davis on offensive line, you had Jonnu Smith killing it at tight end, you had Derrick Henry running. I mean, it was Tannehill was playing like an MVP. I mean, it was just like yesterday. And now what you saw on the field yesterday was like, what portal did we go through? I know the transfer portal in college is great. This portal that all the Titans fans have gone through, this is pure hell. Even in 21 was good. And now you see this feel like, how did it go so wrong so fast? And to me, that if you sit there and think about that all day long, that will drive you insane how this football team fell so fast. I don't know. I don't recall another team around the league doing that.
I don't
This
either.
fast.
Yeah. Jim wants to weigh in on the Titans coaches. Jim, what's up?
Hey guys, wouldn't it be in their best interest to really coach their living brains out and either get a little more improvement? You know, because if you get out of this season 2-15 and you're looking for a job in the NFL, hey, am I going to hire this loser who had a crappy offense and they won 2 games? Seriously, they got to pick it up a little bit. I'll hang up and listen. Thanks.
All right.
Thank you, Jim.
We hope you're not getting attacked by robots, Jim. But, yeah, Jimmy, I can get.
Sounded
No,
like he was
that's the
at a
thing,
zoo.
Jim. Professional pride at some point has to kick in. If I'm a coach over there and I'm going through this, you bet your tail I'm going to show up every day and coach as hard as I can and try to win games. Because you're right. If you somehow can turn us around, 2-15 compared to say 6-11 is night and day on this football team. So yeah, you look at that. Hey, this so and so coach did really well after what happened, and let's give him a shot. I agree with you, and I hope that's what happens. Say it. Say it.
What?
For sure.
I was say 100%. Ryan in Florida says Jeff Fisher is the coach. He didn't say no.
He didn't say no.
He didn't say.
But you know who I think Fisher might end up, and don't laugh at me. Stephen Ross really likes Jeff Fisher. He courted him heavily in 2011. Heavily.
Do you think he would say yes to that at this point?
Absolutely he would. Because here it's compared to like, well, I mean, the old days. Stephen Ross says, look, I just need you to come down here 3 to 4 years. I'll pay you a lot of money. Fix this. There are other teams around the league would like a Jeff Fisher.
Tua, though? I don't think Tua is the answer.
Okay. Well, then he's like, all right, see you, Tua. They still got to pay him.
Right.
But I think Jeff Fisher would enjoy Miami. There's no pressure there.
I think you and I would enjoy I think anybody would enjoy
Get ready for the phone call, Greg Pogue, because here we come. No, I totally agree. But I'm sitting there keeping fresh. And how Mike McDaniel's still employed today, I don't know. And again, we're not calling for people to be fired. He's getting paid very well and compensated. But sometimes there needs to be made a change. And if you think that Dolphins team's competitive, getting better, no, man. They are awful.
I just love kind of looking at a college thing for a second. Don't you think after the game Saturday, Billy Napier's like, all right, we're getting this thing turned around. Hey, the AD wants to see you.
Right, and they won.
Like, you're going to get fired after.
And look, you know what? Just get out of it. Get your money and get on, and Florida can do whatever they want. I know Gator Mike's happy he's getting fired. Y'all keep firing coaches down there, Gator Mike. I mean, you're getting as bad as the Titans.
Be Gator Mike, I'm going to tell you this right now. You can be happy all you want because I am – mark this tape on this day, October 20th, 1:28 p.m., James Franklin will be the next head coach of the Florida Gators.
Wow.
You can just book that right now. I'm telling you. He is going to weasel his way into that. Not saying he's the right guy, but I'm just saying that's going to happen.
Penn State would love it.
Yep.
Penn State would absolutely love him taking a job at Gainesville. That's more money off their payroll. Yeah, why not? I mean, I'd take a chance.
Well, no,
on
I
it.
think they still have to. That's a part of the contract is that he has to go get a job to get his buyout.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Why did he agree to that?
I don't know.
Nonsense. No.
So.
All right. Well, good. Good for him. Good for Florida. I mean, guy can coach. He's won a lot of football games. He's won a lot of games.
He would fit down there. I think his shtick fits down there.
Yep.
So, and I love the interview he did on game day where he said, where he was like, I'm going to change my philosophy a little bit. I've realized through all this that I need to maybe change how I coach some. I'm like, oh, okay. Which, again, it's already beginning. That's his BS. That's already
That's
part
what he
of
does
it.
best, all of that
Like
stuff.
an AD's going to see that and be like, oh, I like that. He's a changed man. I'll hire him.
And then enjoy Gainesville. Gator Mike, enjoy James Franklin down there. But no, I think he's been successful everywhere he's been. He's been successful. He won games at Vanderbilt. He won a lot of games at Penn State. Yeah, they didn't win a national championship, but a lot of teams don't win a national championship. But I think he'll be a hot property. There are going to be so many jobs open. I mean, there's already. I know. We'll talk about it after the break. But
All
there's
right.
a bunch of jobs open.
615-737-1025 is Chasing Big Joe live at Circuit, Kentucky. 1025 The Game.
You made the statement it's not like up to you to decide what's fair or unfair when Reese answered that question. I'm going to answer it. It's unfair as hell. for you to go to the Rose Bowl, the Fiesta Bowl, get in the Final Four, come out being ranked number 1 this year, an expectation that you created by what you accomplished at Penn State. And for those people not to show enough appreciation for that and gratitude for all the hard work that you did, I'm saying it's unfair. But I will ask you this, because this is one thing that I hated, was we were ranked number 1 going into preseason several times, and I hated that, absolutely hated it, because you didn't know how it was going to affect your team.
Yep.
So being number 1 out of the box this year, do you think that affected the way your team sort of, prepared to start the season?
Yeah, well, I think, Coach, you understand this better than anybody, right? It's you've used the phrase rat poison, right?
Yeah.
The negative is rat poison that you got to get everybody to tune out, and the positive is rat poison. But that creates a ton of pressure, and pressure that we've earned. We created that pressure, and I think that's the thing that I'm most proud of, the point that you said. When I took over the program 12 years ago, it was in a very different situation than it is now. And that's something I take great pride in, right?
That was Nick Saban, James Franklin on game day. Nick Saban having Jimmy Frank's back there a little bit.
Can we just, oh, God, hearing Franklin's voice, I was like, more of that nonsense he spewed when he was here. But I get it. He won games at Penn State. And
he won games here?
All
Vanderbilt.
Oh, yeah, right? Give me that. We're going to give James Franklin a rocket ship with that old Zeppos, the old chancellor. Rocket ship wherever you need to go. He took that rocket ship up to State College.
I got a question. What are you and I going to do when Clark Lee, takes the Florida or the Penn State job and James Franklin hits back up at Vanderbilt?
Oh, my God. I'm telling you, James Franklin will never be welcome back
I know.
on that campus.
I'm kidding.
I know. Never. They would hire us if we're the last 3 people on planet Earth to coach that team, because he ain't coming back there. And I get the interview. I mean, it's they got exclusive with Franklin. It was, to me, the Florida job you said makes sense. Instead of going on the big noon kickoff, who has the SEC football rights? ESPN.
Yeah.
I think that, to me, that's a statement. Like, I want to get bigger audience, bigger people in the SEC, and so I'm going to give them that job.
And I think the Saban factor is one, too. He knew Saban was there, and it appears Saban has his back. So, I mean, for Nick Saban to say that somebody's going to hear that and go, oh, well, if Coach likes him, then there's something there. He knows what he's doing.
Right. I wish he'd take the UAB job. Then just, hey, I'm taking you. And people are like, what? I'm happy.
Well, look, I'm Team Walt Wells for the UAB job.
Yeah, they had a bad loss this weekend.
They did. Well, EKU.
Yeah. Bad loss. But hey, can't win them all, right?
It is intriguing because there's some names out there like, does Mullen get looks? I think he's happy where he's at. But, Cignetti already signed an extension, so he's staying at Indiana.
Going anywhere, right?
They good on the Hoosiers for that.
Well, the coach at Goulash at USF, I think, which again blows my mind that Dr. Crane and Chase McCabe had never heard of Goulash.
Well,
until
once
last
you
week.
explained it, I did.
I don't know the technical real name for goulash, but goulash is the best. And so the coach of USF,
Alex Goulash. Now you've screwed me
Goulash.
up. Goulash. Thank you.
Okay.
Alex Goulash.
I think he's one, but I don't think Penn State would like him. They're like, he's in South Florida. I think Penn State wants to shoot for the moon with a Sarkisian or DeBoer or Kirby Smart. They want that level coach.
So Shane Beamer called South Carolina his dream job amid Hokies chatter. So I look forward to seeing him back in Blacksburg.
South Carolina's probably like, you know what?
It's okay. We support you.
And take your little step stool with you where you can stand up and talk to people and go and do all that stuff. That might be an opening, too.
I think it could be. Colorado State fired
Jay Norville.
Is that Mike's?
I don't think they're
related.
I don't think so, yeah.
Colorado State's an interesting job.
Beautiful. I mean, you're in Colorado Springs, right? Is that where you are? One of the maybe not.
I think that's right.
Isn't where Air Force is? Colorado Springs might be in another city. But anyway, it's beautiful. So, yeah, the Rams.
There are some intriguing like.
Oh, I need to look at that list. Yeah, I screenshot all these.
Okay.
things.
Yeah. So give us the list.
Okay, here it is. How we doing? We doing okay today?
Yeah, we're good.
Mhm.
We're good.
Okay. All right. Here are the list. Job openings. Arkansas Razorbacks.
Good job.
I mean, Gruden. That's
Yeah.
the people keep talking. Colorado State and Rams. Florida Gators. The Kent State Golden Flashes. That dude was fired in April. They haven't hired a new head coach. Oklahoma
Bring Saban back. Just go full circle.
Right. Oklahoma State Cowboys,
Eh.
which I don't think is a great job because
No.
that Oklahoma's right down the road. The Oregon State Beavers.
Yep.
Trent Bray fired. Penn State Nittany Lions.
Yep.
James Franklin fired. Stanford Cardinal. Troy Taylor fired in March.
Well, and that's where because Andrew Luck's running it.
Yes.
So
Frank Reich.
Frank Reich
The
is
interim.
doing it,
Yep. And they beat FSU, which was
Yep.
a heck of a game
Yeah.
Saturday night.
Yeah.
Virginia Tech Hokies, Brent Pry fired. UAB Blazers, Jackass Dilfer fired. And the UCLA Bruins, Deshaun Foster fired. So you got Arkansas, Florida, Oklahoma State, Penn State, Stanford, Virginia Tech, UCLA are all the ones. I think UCLA is going to hire that interim guy. I don't know his name.
Yeah.
But led them to the win over Penn State, and they're doing pretty well now after that. But that's one. But Arkansas and Florida in the SEC, and maybe South Carolina, maybe Kentucky comes open. I think if Kentucky comes open, the Tulane coach is hot for that. They want
Is
him.
that Chadwell?
Summerall?
No, Summerall.
Yeah,
Where's
I
Chadwell?
think Liberty.
Liberty.
And
Yeah.
they're not.
No, they're not. Yeah.
They're not doing well.
His
So,
stock is.
I think Kentucky would like to see the Tulane coach. He loves Kentucky, a lot of success. Now, does he want that job? Who knows?
Yeah.
Would he want the Penn State job? Where would you go, Penn State or Kentucky? You know this answer.
Penn State.
Thank you. Why
Yeah.
Why would you not take the Kentucky job?
It's a basketball school.
My man.
Yeah.
Taught him well.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of where I would go there. Matt Rule, I feel like Matt Rule is still the favorite for Penn State.
If he went there, that's
so
if you wanna go hard.
Nebraska would then be open, which is a good job.
It's the domino effect, man.
Wisconsin's AD, I guess, is giving Fickle the old vote of confidence, which means he's done. He'll be done at the end of the year.
I don't know if you remember when Mac Brown left Texas and Charlie Strong took that job. Somebody did a chart. I think it were, if I remember correctly, like 190 jobs were affected, like assistant coaching jobs, because Mac's staff left. Charlie Strong went to Texas. I forget who took over Louisville. Might have been Petrino, or I don't remember. Then that staff had
Did
to
Charlie
go.
leave Florida for Texas?
I don't remember. A lot of people like to forget Charlie Strong ever
Because
the
he
head
was
coach.
he was never the head coach of Florida.
He was not.
He
right.
was
I
on
need to
Mullen.
look that
Was he
up.
on Mullen? No.
I need to look up Charlie
Whose
Strong.
staff was he on? I don't remember.
Welcome to Google Time with Chase and Joe.
I really
Where
don't.
you can eat goulash on a daily basis.
If you know what it is.
You know where he is now?
He's 65 years old.
He's with Tampa Bay.
I can tell you where he's not. That's at Circa Sportsbook in
No,
Frankfort,
he's not.
Kentucky.
This is great.
He's at
Good
Tampa
stuff.
Bay?
Yeah, he's a D-line coach.
Oh, wow. So he was at
In Louisville, that's right. He left Florida for Louisville. He was the associate head coach at Florida, went to Louisville, then Texas.
yeah.
And then South Florida.
He's all over. Won a national championship in 20 with the Adler.
He was the interim head coach in 2004 at Florida.
That's right.
Was that
Yep.
when Urban left?
Urban left after the 2010 season.
So, that was what's his name? Before Urban.
Was it Zook?
Yeah, Ron Zook.
Ron Zook. Tennessee fans remember Ron Zook, don't you? And Jack Sells from the late 80s. We won't get into that, but that's another story time for another day.
Hey, he's from Batesville, Arkansas, so maybe Arkansas wants to hire him.
Isn't that where they make caskets?
I don't know.
Or is that Batesville, Mississippi?
That may be Batesville,
Man,
Mississippi.
it's some Batesville, Mississippi.
And it's not Batesville, it's Batesville.
Batesville?
Yeah, I go
Like-
up there, over yonder to Batesville.
Like Merville?
Merville.
Around the same way to do all that. But anyway, I mean, when this happens, all the dominoes start to fall, and the coaches go left and right, and a lot of lives are uprooted. I mean, it's the life of a coach, man. It's what happens when you do that. You look at Charlie Strong real quick. Since 2008, Florida, Louisville, Texas, South Florida, Alabama, Jacksonville, Miami, Florida, back to Alabama, now at Tampa Bay. I mean, they do get paid a lot of money, and the buyouts are huge, and they get fired left and right and move on here and there. And so if you get to the level of a Franklin or even a Muschamp and get your buyout, good for you, man.
By the way, I quote tweeted this. Peter Burns said in all caps, "I need Vanderbilt at Tennessee with a college football playoff bid on the line like I need oxygen."
Ooh.
100%. I am with Peter Burns.
Tennessee's got Kentucky this weekend. At Kentucky,
yeah.
is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So don't do a letdown, Vols. Don't do it. Kentucky would love nothing more. Off all the games on the schedule, Kentucky would love nothing more to beat Tennessee.
100%. Faux show. 615-737-1025. Again, live at Circa, Kentucky today. The sports book, I bet, is going to be packed later on tonight for a doubleheader of Monday Night Football and a Game 7 in baseball, which you can hear that starting after the Commodore Hour at 7 o'clock on 102.5 The Game. The Mariners and the Blue Jays here on 102.5 The Game. Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game on this Monday, live at Circa Sports in Kentucky at the Mint at Kentucky Downs. Having a blast hanging out. Is that little James Taylor bringing us back?
You're right.
Oh, Dr. Crane. I become more and more impressed with you with each passing day.
Well, thank you. Same here.
You sent us a tweet that Vanderbilt quoted, but from Cole Kubelik, our buddy from the SEC Network, says Diego Pavia deserves a ton of credit. Clark Lee deserves a ton of credit. Jerry Kill deserves a ton of credit. Seen lots of discussion on these guys the last 30 hours. Tim Beck needs to have a seat at that table, folks. I 100% agree.
Yeah,
and when we talk about some of these coaches or some of these job openings for coaches, Tim Beck's name is probably going to be one that comes up.
The first tweet underneath that says, Cole, please delete this because someone's going to try to hire him. And that's like, you always go with the hot hand, and that's what happens, and see what happens. But I think Tim Beck's happy. Why?
Sure,
I mean,
but if you get a call to be a head coach,
it's all,
you know.
I get it, but why all the have fun? Just calling plays. I mean, that to me, that's the blast part of this, and not have to worry about a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, let Clark Lee be the CEO. I mean, I know you can make millions. I get all that, but man, sometimes peace of mind and just worrying about football is good. Not worrying about who's getting paid or, what's happening over there or this guy hit the transfer portal. Just, man, it's good just to talk football again.
Yeah. Oh, look. And I want to see this going. I don't want to see Clark go anywhere. I don't want anybody to leave. I mean, hell, give Pavia 3 more years of eligibility. I don't care.
But I tell you what's going on, what's happening right now, and I sent the text last night to you, is that this Vanderbilt success is driving one certain fan base crazy. And they'll never admit it. You Tennessee fans are losing your mind. And you won't admit it, and you won't call it. I understand it because you're very stoic, and I love it. But this Vanderbilt success is driving you crazy. I've already heard from a few of my Tennessee friends who were like, I hope they get beat by 60 on Saturday. You'd never say that. Vanderbilt is never a problem.
Here's
until they start winning right now.
Here's my question. Why? Like, just let them have it. I mean, I get it. You're not going to cheer for them to beat you, but, like, why? Why all the hate? Like, I'm a Vanderbilt fan, but I want to see Tennessee do well. And then that weekend, it's like, all right, it's all on the table. Like,
I really want to see Tennessee do well as a Vandy fan. Be honest.
Yeah, I have.
Take the radio out of it.
No.
It's okay to be a fan.
This has nothing to do with radio.
Okay.
If I want my mom to cook me dinner, I have to have this mentality. Otherwise, she's going to kick me out of the house.
Is she a Tennessee fan?
Oh, yeah.
I thought she's from Mississippi.
She was born in Louisiana. Baton Rouge.
Wow.
But no, she grew up here. I mean, she moved here when she was like 2, so she's always been Tennessee.
Okay, I'll give you this,
and it's like a yeah. I mean, the fact that I picked Vanderbilt did not sit well.
Well, yeah, would have been a good question was 2 weeks ago. Is like for Vandy fans, who do you root for? Tennessee when Vandy played Alabama. If you're a Tennessee fan, who are you rooting for?
Yeah.
You don't want to see Vandy win. You sure as hell don't see Alabama win.
Here's what I think it is with me. Pick like Alabama. If I grew up in the state of Alabama, who do you think I probably would have cheered for?
Alabama.
Auburn.
Because you're contrarian.
No, because I tend to go for the underdog.
Okay, that's fine. Auburn's
I'm more little brother than I am big brother. Like Chicago, White Sox or Cubs?
I'm White Sox all day.
White Sox. I would have picked the White Sox.
Yep.
New York, I would have probably gone Jets. I would go Jets, Islanders,
Mets.
Oh, that's tough. Being a Braves fan, but yeah, probably. And
Mm-hmm.
then still probably the Knicks over the Nets. But that would be but I'm the opposite. Like I'm just so, like in Mississippi it was Mississippi State.
But deep down, as a Vandy fan, you want Tennessee to fail.
No,
as a
not
fan,
really.
as
Not
a
really.
fan. If you call this show and you're a Vandy fan, you tell me that you want,
I'm going to say probably not.
And you want Tennessee to win, you're not a Vandy fan. You don't want them to win. It's okay to root against them. It's okay.
Okay, you're right.
And Tennessee fans, it's okay to root against Vanderbilt and want them to get beat by 60. That's part of being a fan. It's part of the sport. It's why we love this stuff. We know at the end there's only one team standing. We get all that, so it's fine.
2349. Maybe I'll get called out by other Vols fans, but I'm a Vols fan, and I want to see Vanderbilt do well until we play them.
Okay, it's fine.
3079. As a Vandy fan, I never want to see UT do well.
Thank you.
Dustin in Hopkinsville. I hate a Vol. Fart one, fart them all. Same as when Tennessee baseball got better than Vandy. They did get obnoxious there.
Well, that drove Vandy fans.
And Vandy fans were like, "You took our one thing we were good at."
Hey,
but now
you
know what's happening? Now we're taking football.
Yeah, they are taking football. Could you imagine if it does come down to that last game in Neyland for a spot in the playoffs? I mean, I think Tennessee's got one more game to worry about. I mean, they're all going to be tough. That Florida game in Gainesville. You got to do something down there you haven't done in 20-plus years. You got to beat them.
By the way, Chuck says this. I think we need to talk a little bit about the tight end play at Vanderbilt. Those guys make phenomenal catches and run really good routes. What did I text you this weekend?
The Titans should draft Stowers.
Yeah. Well, but specifically, how did I set it up?
I don't.
You trade Jeffrey Simmons and get a first for him and then use that pick on Stowers.
I would. No.
Stowers is a first-round pick.
100% do that.
Probably 23 and back.
Yeah.
But you grab him. If you end up – because right now they're on pace to probably have a top 2 pick.
Oh, yeah. If you could text in, who's the Vandy other tight end that scored this weekend on the delay cross across the middle? I think it was a second or a quarter maybe or third. I don't remember, but into the south end zone. That dude is gigantic and was wide open and ran like a stallion into the end zone. And it was beautiful. The pass from Pavia, and that really took the wind out of LSU sails.
Are you talking
18, I think it is.
Cole Spence?
How big is he?
He's 6'7", 255. Yeah, that's who you're talking about.
Yeah. That's the
number
guy.
16.
That's him.
Yeah.
Huge.
Yeah, he's legit.
Yep.
He's legit. But Stowers plays tight end like he's a wide receiver.
And that's Pavia's buddy. I mean, that's
Yeah.
his go-to guy. Tell you, man, it's really good. This is going to be fun to watch the next 6 weeks.
615-737-1025. We'll get back into the Titans with our man John McClain coming up next. Chase and Big Joe, 1025 The Game. Hour number 3, Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game on this Monday, live at Circa Sports in Kentucky at the Mint at Kentucky Downs. Saw a text on our text line about coming up here this weekend and had a good time, so definitely want to check it out. It's right off the interstate, just over the state line in Portland, Tennessee. You actually get off the interstate in Tennessee and then cross over right here at Kentucky Downs. But now we say hello to our man John McClain joining us from Houston, presented by Maple Street Biscuits. Wake up to wow. John, how are you? We are doing fantastic. So Mike Vrabel comes in here, does what we all thought he was going to do, beats the Titans 31-13. The Titans put up some fight in the first half, but once again, Cam Ward had a hard time hanging on to the football, and that is a concern. But I'm not ready to write him off and say he's a bust yet. What about you?
Things. I think the ball slipped out of his hand, twice?
Yeah.
Yeah, Dave Craig, who had a cup of coffee up there, had small hands and had more fumbles than I think any quarterback in history. Now, most of those, of course, you got hit, but he managed to play about 15 years. And problem with the Titans is they can't stop the games at halftime. What was the crowd like? Was it three-quarters full, half full? I mean, were there a big contingent of Patriot fans there?
It was about 80% full, and it was about 65% Patriot fans.
How many of those, I wonder, were Titans fans just cheering for Vrabel because they're so frustrated with the Titans who now, since they fired Vrabel, have won fewer games than Mike has won this year.
Yeah. Oh, look, and they chanted. It was Patriots fans, Titans fans, but there was a loud, audible chant for Vrabel that you could hear on the TV at the end of the game, and then as he ran off the field. I mean, this is what they're going to have to deal with right now, and I don't know that it gets better until they bring in the right coaching staff, competent people to run this team, and then ultimately they start winning.
Well, of course, it's not going to get much better this season now. Turnovers sometimes, ball slipping out of your hand. Some of the turnovers can be prevented that are made by dumb decisions. One of the things always bothered me, and there's nothing you can do about it. I remember one year Dan Pastorini and another year Warren Moon, they threw a lot of interceptions for the Times, and I chalk up, if I can tell, if a receiver that went off his hands, or if I try to find out if the receiver ran the wrong route, and nobody's ever going to tell you on the record. Usually you have to try to get somebody to tell you off the record, like an assistant coach, or if a receiver would do it. And it's amazing how many interceptions are thrown by quarterbacks that are the receiver's fault. And I'm not saying that's the case with Cam Ward. He's a rookie. If you look at his stats, what was the long pass he threw for a touchdown in the first? I think it was the first half at least. To the guy caught his first touchdown pass.
Yeah, it's Jim DK. Yeah.
Yeah, you won't see anybody throw a prettier pass than that. So he can do it, but when you give a quarterback, a rookie, and you make a change during the season, you're just asking for trouble. You're asking for a lack of improvement. That's what happened, I think, to the last 4 first overall picks who were quarterbacks. They fired their coaches during the season, and then there goes your play caller, even though they've got another play caller. It's kind of weird that the head coach now doesn't call plays and the offensive coordinator is not calling plays.
It is. I'm talking to John McClain on the Chase and Big Joe show. John, let me ask you this. On New Year's Eve 1980, Bud Adams fired Bum Phillips. Did Bud Adams ever regret firing Bum Phillips?
Bud fired Bum. Well, I'm sure he did because the team was terrible after 1980. They went 11-5. They lost at Oakland in the wild card round, and that's 3 years in a row they lost in the playoffs to the eventual Super Bowl champion. But what Bud had, and what most owners have when they fire coaches, is somebody in their ear that they trust who's telling them they should fire this coach because it could benefit this person. And that was Ladd Herzig, who was their financial guy who come from Cleveland, and he was in Bud Adams' ear, telling them that Bum Phillips was mortgaging the future and that they weren't going any farther with Phillips. And somehow he convinced, along with their backstabbing defensive coordinator, Eddie Biles, convinced Bud that they were not going to win more with Bum. They fired him. Herzig was named general manager. He was 34 years old, and Biles was promoted, and then they lost. They were god-awful, and they weren't. They were 581, 82, 83, 84, 85, and 86. They never won more than 5 games.
Gosh.
And it was a morbid time in the history of this franchise. Did he regret it? I'm sure he did. Would he have ever said that? Absolutely not.
Is that? I mean, are we going through a deja vu now? Kind of what you experienced with them back in 81 through 85 and 86 right now, because all the firing and the people being let go. It seems like there's this pattern within the family.
Well, you guys don't know what it's like to suffer up there. You think you do. You try covering a team that for 6 years in a row doesn't have a winning record, 5 years in a row. They don't win more than 5 games. And the highlight of the year is the draft. Now, Ladd Herzig, to his credit, he hired Mike Olivac, one of the all-time personnel guys, who ended up being the GM. He should never have been the GM. But Mike was a great personnel guy. And they used those number 1 picks, starting with Mike Munchak, 82, Bruce Matthews, 83. 1984, they signed Warren Moon, 85, Ray Childress, Haywood Jeffries, 87. They hit with all their first-round picks, and those guys were good. And starting in 87, they went to the playoffs, a league best 7 consecutive years, but they still couldn't get out of the divisional round of the playoffs. We have not had, you guys have had, when I say y'all don't know suffering, Vrabel got the Titans in the AFC Championship game. Jeff Fisher got them in the Super Bowl. We in Houston have not had a team reach the AFC Championship game since the Oilers in 1962, when they lost in double overtime to the Dallas Texans, the Kansas City Chiefs.
Woo, that's a long time. I hope it doesn't take that long. And with that being bad, John, let me ask you this. Some have said, all right, if it gets worse, kind of take Cam Ward out of this. I'm all the mind, keep Cam Ward in there. I mean, he's learning. Even though they're losing, John, he's learning. I see no scenario of taking Cam Ward out of the game anytime soon just because he needs to learn. I mean, he's going to learn under fire. This is fire.
You watch some of those passes he makes. Does Justin Fields make those passes?
No.
He deserves to be benched. Tua Tagovailoa, 6 interceptions the last 2 games. He deserves to be benched. He's not. There's some quarterbacks who are just helpless. Justin Fields being a great example. and there are others that are going to make changes. But no, Ward, if you see Ward go out there and throw 6 inches a game and go to the bench and sit and look at the ground and not talk to coaches, but that's not his personality. You won't see it. If they see him losing confidence and making throws that he would not throw ordinarily, that is an example of losing confidence. You haven't seen that with Cam Ward. I don't think you will see it. And as we used to say in Houston, and people will laugh about this, would you guys like to see him win in 4 or 5 games? Well, what good's that going to do?
Yeah.
It'll get people fired up for tomorrow, and nobody will agree with me on this. But as someone who has covered a lot of teams that made the playoffs, if you're going to be bad, be all the way bad.
If you're going to be bad, be good at it.
Think about the draft and what's coming.
Do you think New England is maybe better than we had thought they were going to be? They're 5-2. They've won 4 in a row, and they're atop the AFC East right now.
Absolutely, they're better. I don't expect them to beat the Bills. And the thing that happened, and Vrabel, he should thank him he had him struck, because this organization, what were those 3 number 1 picks in a row? Isaiah Wilson, the cornerback, and
Caleb
Treylon Burks.
Yep.
Yeah, Caleb Farley. When you have 3 number 1 picks in a row like that, that sets back your organization. And the thing that Mike had, he walked into a situation where they had a really good young quarterback, and they had more cap dollars to spend than any team in the league. And then now they still have the most cap dollars, so they're going to go on a second consecutive spending spree. And plus, he knew the owner. He walked in to an ideal situation, plus an easier schedule in a bad division. And so whether they can sustain it probably depends on injuries. Drake May gets hurt, and all of a sudden, they're not going to be nearly as good. But it's a great situation for Vrabel, and he was smart not to take a job last year.
We'll have more with John McClain coming up next here on Chasing Big Joe live at Circa, Kentucky, 102.5 The Game. Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game on this Monday, continuing our conversation with John McClain, brought to you by Maple Street Biscuit Company, Wake Up to Wow. John, we got 2 Monday night games tonight, the Bucs and the Lions, and, of course, the Texans out in Seattle to take on the Seahawks. I want to start with the Tampa Bay-Detroit game. Is Baker Mayfield, in your mind, a true MVP contender?
Absolutely. Should be the MVP if it was named right now based on what he's done for that team. With his two top receivers have been out since the second game. He's had playing without 2 starting offensive linemen, 3 at times. And every game, even the one that they lost, I believe he was throwing to the end zone and the ball was tipped and it was intercepted in the end zone. So you can't count him out at any point. I don't think Tampa Bay's going to the Super Bowl, but right now I think they're as good as any team in the league. And if they go into Detroit and beat the Lions, and I'm picking the Lions, but if they do, my goodness, Kansas City is the team that's impressing everybody the most right now. But if indeed the Buccaneers go to Detroit and win, people are going to be talking about them like no other.
Oh, I agree with you. And then what do you make of the Texans heading to Seattle tonight to take on the Seahawks in the late game?
Everybody in Houston is talking about how important this game is for the Texans because they've had 5 really good quarters. One, the fourth quarter against the Titans, and then the last game against the Ravens. The Titans are terrible. The Ravens are terrible. So Seattle is really good. Now, the Seahawks have been awful at home over the last 2 seasons. They've been fabulous on the road. So everybody's eager to see, can the Texans beat the Seahawks, shock the world that they're back. If this offense plays great and they win the game, and I pick Seattle by 7, then I'm going to be a believer that the Texans are back. Otherwise, the Colts are going to run away with the AFC South and have it clinched by Thanksgiving.
We're talking to John McClain on the Chasing McJoe Show. John, let's talk about those Colts for a second. Sitting there at 6-1, I mean, to say they're playing for their late owner, man, that's an understatement. They're a good football team that nobody saw happening.
Nobody, because they didn't have a quarterback. You know, you talk about a guy that's positioned himself to make a lot of money. They got Daniel Jones 1 year, $10 million, and he is having a season, well, just like Sam Darnold did last year, and I think Sam Darnold got, $40 million? So he's positioned himself to make a lot of money, and he's earning it. They've got the highest scoring team. They seldom punt. He's only been sacked 6 times in 7 games, and if you protect your quarterback like that, you're going to win.
Oh, absolutely. And, John, I mean, can we discount, I mean, the emotional part of this, playing for your late owner, who evidently everybody on the organization at least they say they love the guy. Now he passes away, and they're sitting there at the top football team in the league. I just think there's a great story here if this team goes all the way.
Yeah, I think they're playing more for his daughter, who's been on the sideline for the last 2 or 3 years during games wearing headsets, because she says, if you're going to pay people millions and millions of dollars, you want to know why you're paying them. And I think that's really smart. No other owner does that. Probably shouldn't give Jerry Jones any ideas. At one point, early in Jerry's tenure, he was called down with plays from his suite to Jimmy Johnson. And, of course, Jimmy just laughed about it. But the Colts, the biggest deal, their offensive line's playing great. Jonathan Taylor has 3 touchdowns in 3 different games, 10 on the season, and the fact that the defense is playing really good and they convert. I'm guessing they're probably number 1 in red zone touchdowns, because I haven't seen a Colts team score like this since Peyton Manning was there, and this team is higher scoring at this point of the season than any team Peyton quarterback.
That's quite a stat. John, we see something every weekend in the NFL we've never seen before. That fourth quarter of the Denver Giants game yesterday, holy cow, John. 33 points, Denver wins.
Tell you, they honored the 10-year anniversary of Super Bowl 50 champion. Gary Kubiak was the head coach. Wade Phillips was defensive coordinator. They had 6 other former Texans coach on that staff, and they went up there and honored Demaryius Thomas, who was another former Texan, had a cup of coffee after he left there. But I'll guarantee you, everybody in that suite was thinking, man, I wish I could go in the fourth quarter. They trailed by 18 points. In the last 5:31, there were 4 touchdowns and a field goal scored. I've never seen anything like it. I thought sure the Giants were going to come away with the upset, and that it was, they calling it the Mile High Miracle.
John McClain is with us here on Chasing Big Joe. Brian Callahan was the first to get fired. Is Mike McDaniel next?
He sure looks like it. He's having problems with Tua. Brian Callahan was on Gary Kubiak's staff. I'm sure he had not committed to go into that celebration because he had a job, but I wonder if at the last minute he was able to call and say, hey, if you got a spot for me, save it, I'll be there. And Gary Kubiak always was very high on Callahan as an offensive coach. But I think McDaniel's going to be next. I think without a doubt that team is horrendous. He's not handling very well. It looks like the team has quit on him, and that is the last thing the head coach can afford is if the owner, in this case Stephen Ross, believes that his team has quit on him.
Is that a good job knowing that they have to pay Tua, so you're probably stuck with Tua to this point?
They can get out of it after next season, but if they have a chance to draft a quarterback, I'm sure they're going to do it. You know, it's not like Tua's gone down he's playing bad, but remember the first 2 years McDaniel was there? Tua looked really good. Remember that game they scored 70 points against Denver? And Tua needs a new zip code, and they need to be able to play without him. And I think you'll find them drafting a quarterback low. No, they're going to be picking high, and I think we'll all see them have another quarterback.
I feel like I ask you this a lot, but this is the life I chose for myself at a young age when I liked that team with a star on their helmet. What the hell are the Cowboys right now?
They're a great passing team. They're a good enough running team. If they hadn't let Rico Dowdle go, they would have the most balanced offense in the league. But, man, oh, man, they've been outstanding throwing. Pickens has been great. CeeDee Lamb came back yesterday. He was great. They're capable of beating anybody. And with Jaden Daniels injured again and the Commanders not playing very well anyway, there's a good chance the Cowboys still could earn a wild card berth. I'm not going to say they're going to win the NFC East, but if Dak stays healthy, remember, the last 5 seasons he's played every game or almost every game. They've been in the playoffs, and right now that passing game is a Super Bowl caliber passing game. Unfortunately, their defense is toilet bowl.
We will see how it all shakes out. Enjoy watching the late one tonight between the Texans and the Seahawks. Maybe a little Game 7 at the same time as well, and we'll talk to you next week.
Sounds good, guys. I appreciate it very much, as always.
That is John McClain joining us from Houston, and he is presented by Maple Street Biscuits. Wake Up to Wow joins us every Monday at 2 o'clock and helps us react to the Titans and the rest of the National Football League. I know I'm starting to kind of get an idea of what jobs are going to be open this year. I definitely think Miami, Titans obviously is already open. I still think the Giants could be. Time will tell. Dart looks pretty good.
He does.
And that's gonna help Dayball.
I think Arizona job will be open. I mean,
Arizona.
they're 2-5, and he's complaining about being tough and losing the tough ones. And I think, all right, nobody even knows that guy's name. They're 2-5. I think he could be gone. I mean, we were in Vegas. People aren't happy with Pete Carroll.
Yeah.
Not at all happy with Pete Carroll. They looked awful yesterday awful versus the Chiefs yesterday. So there might be one there. Of course, Cleveland goes on. What's going to happen there?
I think that's open.
And so forth and so on. Boy.
I think New Orleans could be too, one and done.
It's pretty bad. There's no talent there.
Is Aaron Glenn one and done, or does he get a little bit of a reprieve because that roster was so bad?
Well, think about it. If they fire Aaron Glenn, what is that? You're not in New York. What does that seem like to you in Nashville? Like, God, they don't know what they're doing up there.
Yeah, exactly.
And then everybody outside Nashville looking at the Titans like, God, they really don't know what they're doing in Nashville.
I will say this, and I'm going to get pushback on this. If they did fire Aaron Glenn, I'd call Aaron Glenn. I think he's a good coach.
I'm pushing you back right now. I don't want him here.
Okay, well,
I got my mind.
He's not at the top of my list,
right.
but I would still.
Who's at the top of your list right now?
Arthur.
Yeah, mine too.
And then probably Nagy.
Yep.
Arthur, Nagy, Saleh.
That's it. Exactly.
Right
there.
Right now, that's my list. Now, if John Harbaugh or Mike Tomlin became available, okay, that might change that list a little bit.
Would Tomlin want to come here?
No.
I mean,
I think he'd go into TV.
Yeah. Let Art come here and deal with this nonsense that he knows so well.
Yep. 615-737-1025. We'll come back. We'll react to the Titans, Vandy, and all of that here on Chasing Big Joe, 1025 The Game. Chasing Big Joe, 102.5 The Game on this Monday. Appreciate John McClain for joining us. We're going to be out and about quite a lot this week. Todd just came by and said hi.
Hey, Todd. Hey, my name is Todd.
Okay. Tomorrow we're going to be at Tennessee Brew Works hanging out, so looking forward to that. You're going to be on a plane.
I'll be on a plane, but Wednesday I'll join you from Philadelphia.
That's in Pennsylvania.
That's what I'm told.
Yeah. We'll be in studio on Wednesday, then at the Omni on Thursday, and TBD on Friday.
Oh, I like that place.
We're working on some things. Could be at point A, could be at point B. I don't know. And you're out Friday, too, right?
I'm out Friday. I had to Mississippi for my granddaughter's birthday, so we will happen. Mike McCoy spoke to the media. Paul, I love this tweet from Paul Kaharski.
Yeah, Paul's mad. He didn't say anything.
Press conference summary. Mike McCoy really sheds no light on anything. So far, he's like the anti-interim model. It's hard to imagine that they'll change.
Oh, man. At this point, if anybody with a coach title with the Titans say anything, I feel like I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
I'm telling you, it's tuning people out.
Yeah.
If you talk to them face to face, they're like, "Oh my God," they don't want to talk about it. It's that bad. It's the worst it's ever been with this franchise here in Nashville. I know John talked about we're not suffering. Oh yeah, I mean it's pretty bad right now. If you're a Titans fan and want to seem competitive, you're the worst team in football. I mean, I know the Jets are 0-6. I get that record-wise. I understand that, but we ain't cared about the Jets right now. We just cared about this right here, and it's pretty bad.
It is. 615-737-1025. By the way, this made me laugh earlier from William. If we're still doing Tennessee Titans, the movie, Mark Harmon would play Mike McCoy.
Who plays Vrabel?
Oh.
I mean, if they do a movie, 30 for 30, well, not that would be 30 for 30, but like a real
an actual
movie.
Titans, the movie.
Who plays Vrabel?
That's a really good question.
I mean, what meat is it? Who's the guy that does? Jack Reacher, or he's a huge dude too.
I know what you're talking about.
I just don't know who would play. That's the guy.
I tried to type it in AI of like, who's a good celebrity lookalike for Mike Vrabel?
What'd you get?
It said Will Compton.
Oh God! I see him on anything, I turn immediately.
Man, I don't know.
Rob Riggle?
Yeah.
But he's Rob Riggle. What about Channing Tatum, if you kind of make him a meathead a little bit? They kind of don't care.
Yeah, he could work. I mean,
the Jack
Reacher
Reacher guy is pretty good. I mean, guys.
Is that Tom Cruise?
It's the Netflix special part of this. Yeah. Like the original Jack Reacher is like 6'5", 250. And how Tom Cruise got that role at 5'5", 140, I don't know. But is it Luther Richardson? No. I think Alex something.
Alan
Alan
Richardson. Thanks to Jake back here.
Thank you. There you go.
Oh, yeah, I could see that.
Big dude.
Yeah, Alan Richardson.
Yeah, commands the camera. I mean, he's a huge dude.
Yeah, that's right, Reacher.
Borgonzi, played by. Oh, we did this a few weeks ago, but it's still fun to do that.
Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah.
Got an idea.
Got an idea for you?
Who could be Brinker?
Brinker. Brinker reminds me of like a Michael Keaton. They look nothing alike, but something like in that vein.
Yeah.
Or Brinker could be
Callahan.
Oh gosh. I mean, on and on. I don't. Amy Adams is Kathy Bates. We figured that out already.
You know who could be Callahan? Steve Carell.
Yeah,
a younger Steve Carell.
We talked about that.
Yeah.
The ghost of Bud Adams, played by Wilford Brimley. The ghost of Wilford Brimley could do that. We could see on and on.
Can we have Will Ferrell be Bud Adams?
What about Mike Keith's got to play a part in this?
Oh, yeah.
Mike Keith's got to play a part in this.
We'll just have him be himself.
Okay. Yeah, you know what?
He just makes a cameo as
So,
as
you know, the Andy Kaufman movie, Man on the Moon.
Yeah.
There's a famous David Letterman. They recreated the scene with Jerry Lawler, and they went to David Letterman and said, hey, we're going to put a toupee on you, make you look like you did back in the day. And Letterman said, the only way I'm in the movie is if I look like I do now. So
Yeah.
go back and watch the movie. Letterman looks 20 years older.
You're right.
Because they taped it. So Mike Keith still looks young. So Mike Keith could come back and do that. That'd be fine.
Yeah, I like that. I like that. That would be a good one. Now people are probably weighing in on this.
What about Paul Rudd from Mike Keith?
Oh, that's
Paul Rudd
good
would be,
one.
That is a good one.
Yes.
Andrews. Oh, John Hamm.
For Callahan?
Yeah.
Okay.
That could work. Andrew says title, forget the Titans. Let's see. 7575 Taylor Kitsch.
Yeah, from Friday Night Lights.
Yeah. Brinker needs to be played by the most generic looking actor ever.
Make it the robot from what's that TV show he's on Fox on that oh god, Utopia, not Utopia. The robot who looked very plain. Oh my gosh.
I know who you're talking about. This is a good one. 2765 says Brian Callahan is Zach Galifianakis.
No. They look nothing. It got to at least resemble the guy.
Bill Murray for Mike Vrabel.
They've got to resemble. I mean, within at least a third of it's got to resemble them.
Jeffrey Dean Morgan as Mike Vrabel.
That's the guy from The Walking Dead. He was in Rampage with The Rock.
Oh yeah, actually that's pretty good. I could go with that.
As Vrabel?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That's actually pretty good.
Probably not.
Let's see. Who's Thad Castle?
Oh, he's from that Netflix show Blue Mountain State.
Gotcha.
It's like a fake, college football thing.
Ben Affleck should play Vrabel.
He might.
Maybe.
He was terrible as Batman, so I don't know. Or what was he, Batman? Yeah.
I love this.
We talk all day long. We had a few reactions. You throw out, who's going to play them in a movie? Get 1 billion requests coming in. I love it. That's how bad it's gotten.
Yeah. People
We're
would
not
rather
talking
talk about
wins.
People would rather talk that than
Oh my gosh. All right.
anything else. 615-737-1025. Coming up next, we'll put a bow on things with what day is it and celebrity birthdays. We'll do that next. Chasing Big Joe, presented by the Omni Nashville Hotel, 102.5 The Game. Jason Big Joe, 102.5, the game here on this Monday at Circa, Kentucky, here at the Mint at Kentucky Downs. Come by, it's right off I-65. Going to have both Monday Night Football games going tonight, plus Game 7 of the ALCS, as Kirby takes on Bieber. So Kirby Smart against Justin Bieber tonight.
Oh,
That's going to be a good one in that one. But we are pleased to be out here and having a blast. And with that, let's get to our favorite, everybody's favorite. It is the most talked about segment, 102 here on anything.
Anywhere.
And that is, what day is it in celebrity birthdays?
All right, first on the list we have Miss American Rose Day. So shout out to Miss Americas out there. National Brandied Fruit Day. So that's pretty cool. Yeah. National Call-In Day for Health Reform. So we love that. National Mozzarella Stick Day. Delicious. National Day on Writing. National Clean Your Virtual Desktop Day. World Calvados Day. It looks
That's
like
it. That's it, yeah.
An apple wine. I don't know. All right. World Osteoporosis Day and National Chicken and Waffles Day. I'm questioning myself as usual. And to wrap it up, we have International Chefs Day. So there you go.
Shout
well
out to
done.
the chefs.
Absolutely. All right, time for celebrity birthdays. You got to get these within two. Our first birthday, Chase, you go first. The actor Viggo Mortensen.
Viggo Mortensen, 59.
63.
67.
Jeez.
Dr. Crane, you go now. William Zabka, the bad guy from Karate Kid.
I'm gonna go
Cobra
38.
Kai.
Oh, you're talking about way back then. Okay, I'm gonna go 60.
56.
60 exactly. Dr. Crane's up 2-0. Chase, you go first now. Snoop Dogg. How old is Snoop Dogg?
63.
68.
54.
Oh, wow.
Dr. Crane, you go now. Jim Halpert. John Krasinski. How old is he today?
I'd say he's around 54.
48.
46. Chase is on the board. Chase, you go. The drummer for Hootie and the Blowfish.
Who?
Jim Sonfeld.
Hootie and the Blowfish play down at the filling station in Kingston Springs.
They do.
I don't even. 58.
55.
God, he's 58 exactly. Good God. Good job, Chase. Up 3-2. All right, Dr. Crane, you go now. How old is Connie Chung?
Connie is, I'm going to go 63.
CBS Connie Chung?
No, the one that works at MAPCO. Yeah, the CBS Connie Chung.
72.
80 years old. Dr. Crane, you go now. How old is former Vice President Kamala Harris?
I'm going to go 53.
Well, let's see. No, I'm not going to do it.
Come on.
She is 57.
She's 60. All right. On to the sports now. Chase is up 3-2. Chase, you go first. Juan Marichal, the pitcher. One of the all-time greats.
71.
77.
80. Dr. Crane, you go. Keith Hernandez.
Keith Hernandez, I think he won the NL MVP back in 79, I think. Keith Hernandez, I'm going to go 81. No,
you already said it. Too bad. That's your get. Go, Chase.
Keith Hernandez?
Yep.
68.
What were you going to say, Dr. Crane?
I was going to say 63.
Nice. 72. You're both wrong. Chase, this is for you. How old is former Tennessee Oilers quarterback Dave Craig?
Where's Chris Sanders?
Right?
This is the second time he's been brought up today. McLean brought him up, too.
Dave Craig.
I'm going to say Dave Craig is 60.
I'm going to go 63.
67. Dr. Crane, you go here. You're up. Chase is 1-3-2. Chad Hennings. We talked about him last week, Chase. You and I did. Former Air Force cadet. Played with the Dallas Cowboys. Chad Hennings.
58.
56.
He is 60. Chase up 4-2. Dr. Crane, you go here. Herman Moore, former Detroit Lions receiver from Virginia, fantasy football hero back in the day. Herman Moore.
69.
66.
56. Good Lord. All right, Chase, you go. Former Miami running back Willis McGahee.
Willis McGahee, I will say, is 47.
I'm going to go 45.
44. Down to our last one. Chase is up 4-3. Dr. Crane, you go first. How old is NBA Youngboy? How old is NBA Youngboy for the win, possibly, Dr. Crane?
NBA Youngboy, a rapper, I believe he is 26.
24.
Dr. Crane, on a Monday at the buzzer, Youngboy is 26 years old. And he takes home 5-4. Congratulations, man.
Thank you very much.
Gosh, you hadn't won
That's
it
good.
forever.
That's good. Congratulations.
It's like last time I won, I think it was the spring.
It might have been.
Yeah, it was. It's been a minute.
All thanks to Youngboy.
It has been a minute. That is going to do it for us today. Thank you to Circa Sportsbook in Kentucky and Kentucky Downs, the Mint of Kentucky Downs, for having us.
Yeah, absolutely. Every show we talk about guys and mental health. Here's what we're going to do this week. We're going to do a little something different. We're going to do a theme this week called Hold the Door. And what it is, I want you to hold the door for people when they're walking in and out. Don't expect a thank you. Don't expect all this and that. Just do it. It's a simple act of gratitude that makes you feel good. And I'm telling you, once you make yourself feel good and know that there are some great things in this world, that being you, everything changes. If you're struggling, please reach out, talk to somebody on your cell phone. You can call and text immediately 988. We have the help on the Chase and Big Joe page for Unity Psychiatric Care. We just need you here. We need to go to your party and know that you are tremendously loved, and our world's a better place because you, in fact, are here. So know that we love you, and more importantly, more than anything else in this world, is that God loves you.
Amen to that. Peace, love, rock and roll. Coming up tonight, you can hear Game 7 of the ALCS between the Blue Jays and the Mariners. That is starting at 7 o'clock after the Commodore Hour. You obviously don't want to miss the Commodore Hour with Vanderbilt, a top 10 team in the country. We will be back at it tomorrow from Tennessee Brew Works starting at noon. DVD coming up next right here on 102.5 The Game.